What's going on, my friends? Cubs fan Han here. Top 25 for the month of August. Got an exciting poll for you guys, and stay tuned because we will have an exciting tournament, and you can now submit your brackets. I've got a link below in the description so you guys can go ahead and fill those out. However, we need to break down the list so you guys can find out what that tournament will even be. So, without any further ado, let's just get straight to the list. I'm going to break down the bottom 10 of the list, and then we'll break down the top 15 in a little more detail. Number 25, we've got Bosk. Number 24 is General Veers. We got Rex coming in at number 23. Death Trooper is number 22. Kylo Ren Unmasked comes in at 21. Darth Vader in at number 20. Ezra Bridger at number 19. Mother Talzin at number 18. The Wampa at number 17. And Emperor Palpatine down to number 16. I have to say, one of the bigger surprises this month to me is going to be Palpatine. He was ranked number 11 last month. Now he is totally out of the top 15, down to number 16. I think this does make sense if you really think about it, because Bastila Lead came in and she basically extinguished Palpatine from the arena. I rarely see Palpatine in the arena anymore, and as somebody who is running Bastila, that hurts my heart because he's so easy to beat for me, and the Traya teams are much harder. Just ask my shard mates. I'm on there about every day yelling at everybody running Traya Lead. Even though I have Traya Lead, I just have to run my Jedi. Wampa stayed the same. Talzin stayed the same. Ezra Bridger did take a bit of a jump. He was at number 23 last month. He is jumping up all the way to number 19 this month. I still feel like Ezra's underrated. Look at what he can do in raids. He's part of the second best arena team in the game, in my opinion, still. And he is very, very solid in territory wars and territory battles. He's vital for the Phoenix squad. I feel like Ezra is not getting the love that I would like to see him get, but I will take it. We're also seeing Bosk on the list. This is his first appearance on the list. I know a lot of you guys, we got a cult following for characters like Bosk in this game. Good to see him showing up on the list. I think he absolutely deserves it, and nothing really else that is that noticeable. Pretty much everything stayed pretty constant in the bottom 10 of the list. Not very many big changes other than Palpatine, and a bit of a jump from Ezra, but everyone else is pretty close to where they were the month prior. All right, taking a look at the top 15, and we'll do this as we do every month in groups of 5. So breaking down numbers 15 through 11, Han Solo comes in at number 15. We've got ASAJJ Ventress at number 14. Enfys Nest is in at number 13. Number 12 is Hermit Yoda, and 11 is R2-D2. Han Solo taking a bit of a plunge this month. He was in at number 12 last month, down to 15 this month. I feel like Han Solo still has use, but that use does, the more marquee characters we get, the more the meta continues to evolve and shift towards the Sith meta that is becoming exhausting for a lot of us. Han Solo has less and less use. He's still very usable, and I think he will be for a long time. He's deserving of top 15, don't get me wrong, but that use does seem to be dwindling, especially in areas like the arena, and even a little bit. He's still really, really good in the Chex Mix team, but we're having more options coming out for Phase 3, which makes his vitality a bit diminished. I know there will be a lot of Night Sister fans that are big fans of seeing ASAJJ Ventress jump up a couple spots into the top 15. A lot have a campaign for her to be in that spot. That is good to see. Ness is pretty constant. I feel like Hermit Yoda is a bit underrated, but he went up a spot, so I shouldn't complain that much. He went from 13 to 12. He's really, really good in raids. Very, very solid all-around character. And then R2-D2 took a bit of a plunge from 9 to 11. Not too notable, but it's still significant to a degree. Our next group of 5, we have got coming in at number 10, Grand Master Yoda, exactly where he was at last month. General Kenobi comes in at number 9. Bastila Shan is in at number 8. We have got BB-8 in at number 7, and number 6 is Commander Luke Skywalker. Bastila, my girl. Love seeing her jumping up. She was all the way down at number 15 last month, and she is up to number 8 this month. I think that's very deserving. Look, she's really, really solid in Rage. She's really, really solid in the arena. Her biggest kryptonite, of course, is tallied, which there are ways around. It's a bit niche, but trust me, it works. It's frustrating. You have to have the mods, and it's not always going to work, but it does at least work. But it still holds pretty decently on defense once you get past those Treya teams. It's basically, if it weren't for Treya, Basta would probably be pretty dominant, or it would cause probably a resurgence of Night Sisters, which is an area where she struggles. BB-8 stay the same, and look at that, Commander Luke Skywalker out of the top 5 for the first time in the history of this poll. I think that's very notable, especially because when this character first hit, he was very, very dominant, probably the most overpowered character we've ever received in his time, and that was August last year. So it's been a year now that we've had Commander Luke Skywalker, and now he is finally falling out of the top 5. And I think it's just, it just goes to show that the Sith are the meta right now. Move aside, Commander Luke. Your time is kind of past, but he still has a lot of use. I mean, don't get me wrong. Look at territory battles. Look at what he can do in raids. He's still, basically be able to take on the Rancor by himself, just with a small supporting cast sometimes, depending on mods. So Commander Luke Skywalker is still very good, but yeah, not top 5 anymore. I think I agree with that. I think that's pretty consistent with what I'm observing as well. All right, breaking down the top 5. This is where it gets juicy, my friends. Last month, remember, we had a tie. We had 2 ties, actually. NIHILUS and Sion were tied for 5th place, and then we also had Thrawn and Treya tied for 1st place. Will there still be a tie for 1st place? Not this month, and I'm going to tell you right now, it came down to a difference of 1 single point. With over 50 pollsters voting, and the amount of points that goes into this, that is crazy that it was that close. And I think it shows that we've got a couple characters that are very close. All right, without any further ado, let me tell you who the top 5 are. Number 5, Darth Sion. Number 4 is Darth Nihilus. Rey comes in at number 3, our lone light side character in the top 5. Darth Treya is our number 2 character this month, and Grand Admiral Thrawn ran away with number 1 once again. And look at this, 1,179 points for Grand Admiral Thrawn, 1,178 points for Darth Treya. And I sent a note to my pollsters earlier today and said, look, your voice matters on this poll. It was a matter of one person voting for Thrawn to be number 1 instead of Treya that caused this to be a Thrawn victory instead of a tie or what have you, depending on where they rank their list. I believe this to be consistent with how I would rank it myself. I really think that Treya, if you just look at Arena and Territory Wars in a microcosm, she's going to be number 1 over Thrawn. But Thrawn, if you just consider the game as a whole, and I'm not just talking about ships. Treya doesn't have a ship, so I don't feel like it's fair to penalize her for that. But Thrawn is very usable in that game mode, but every single game mode is usable, and he's not just usable in Sith teams. I'm using him with my Jedi to get past these Treya teams. He is like the go-to character, the jackknives of all trades, the man who can wear every single hat in this game. Grand Admiral Thrawn, to me, is still the most versatile character in this game. And holy cow, he's number 1 in the game right now. I was just talking about Commander Luke Skywalker, how it's impressive that he stayed in the top 5 as long as he did. For a year, he came out in August. Thrawn has been around longer than Commander Luke Skywalker. I think it was June last year, June or maybe July. I'm pretty sure it was June. And so he has been around for a year and a few months, and he's just now coming in at number 1. It's amazing how his use has baked over time, and he has not had any reworks. It's just slowly he's become more and more useful based on how the metas shift. Thrawn totally deserves the number 1 spot. Now, don't get me wrong. Darth Treya, she deserves to be up here too, and I get that it is close because she is going to be so dominant in the arena. She's absolutely phenomenal in Territory Wars. The question is going to be, is your guild putting her on offense, or are you going to save her for defense? How are you going to split that up? That's the debate my guild is having. I think a lot of guilds are having that have Darth Treya. And we're also, of course, seeing that she has amazing use in raids as well. All right, my friends, that rounds out the top 25 for the month of August. Here we go. Let's look at the bracket. Boom. Here is the tournament. We are going to be doing this here next week. And so get your brackets ready, my friends. Link is down below in the description. Make your predictions, and I will be running this tournament soon. I will bring a guest on for the tournament. I don't know exactly who that's going to be at this time, but I will figure that out soon and let you guys know. If you guys like the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and let me know what your list is. What did the pollsters get wrong and what did they get right? How does your list differ? Let us know and make your voice heard down below in the comments. And as always, my brothers, don't forget
my dead body. Sorry about the mess.